Whatever skill means to an artisan is what certificate means to a graduate. In a month, I'll be making like 144,000 naira in profit margin in the year 2002. What I was looking for in the university, I will get it in skill. When it comes to word creation, it has nothing to do with your background, with your foundation, with luck, with Yahoo, gambling, whatever.
This is Truth Tribe.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Truth Tribe, where we talk about the ups and downs in business, lifestyle and entertainment. My name is God's Gift Chiduku Okafor, and with me as my co-host is
Kenneth and Jensen.
Okay, with us on set today, we have an amazing and a special personality who is an inspiration to young and upcoming entrepreneurs out there. He's a preeminent global leadership expert. He's also a financial leader. He's an author, an educator, and also a certified consultant. He serves as a director at the MoneyWise Institution, and he's the founder of Swiftville's group of schools, and he's also the founder of the Leadership Initiative and Strategic Training Program. He is no other than Dr. K.C. Richards.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir.
It's good to have you on set today.
You look good. You look good. Yeah.
And you guys are looking amazing.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. So it's good to have you on set. Now, the first question is, as a director of MoneyWise Institution, can you tell us how you began this journey to wealth creation?
Okay, thank you so much, God's Gift, and thanks so much, Kenny.
Yeah.
And it's way back in time. That was around 2002. All right, and I'm just going to, summarize it. But of course, the journey has been on before 2002.
Okay.
I left secondary school in the 90s, late 90s, 1996, precisely. Wow. But then I came out from a very terrible poor background.
Wow.
All right, and it was so humbling. But then I noticed something. We lived in an environment where we have a lot of rich folks in our environment, and then we have the ghetto side of that environment. Okay, so my parents were living in the ghetto side of that environment. So my interface and relationship were more with the rich folks. All right, and my parents were not comfortable with that. Right, and they were like, "Why don't you mingle with, birds of the same feather, mingle with poor folks and other things?"
Yeah.
But I wasn't comfortable with the poor folks. All right, and they were now interpreting it as if I'm a proud son, like a proud young folk. So, but once I was done with secondary school, I wasn't comfortable again. I decided to leave the city where we were living there. That was in the city of Aba. I went to Lagos.
Okay, you grew up in Aba?
I grew up in Aba. All right. I grew up in Aba. I finished primary, secondary school in Aba.
Okay.
And then I've written my WAEC. I've also written my JAMB. All right. I gained admission in Imo State University to study mass communication. But my parents did not have money to send me to school. And then I was a bright student. And a lot of my folks were already gaining admission, going to university. I can't stay here. All right. I decided to leave the city of Aba and I went to Lagos.
You have a vision.
Yeah. I went to Lagos. Then I have my older brother, his friend. I discussed with him. He said I can come over, who happens to be in the fashion industry. So I went to Lagos. So when I got to Lagos, that's where the story started. Okay. When I got to Lagos, no certificate.
Wow.
No skill. How are you going to start life? Okay.
Yeah.
That was how the journey started. Okay. So I was just asking myself, how am I going to start? How am I going to start? So I stayed in Lagos 2 years. I had to return to the city of Aba to acquire a skill. Okay. Because I was telling myself, okay, whatever skill means to an artisan is what certificate means to a graduate.
Exactly.
That was how my journey started. So I don't have the certificate and my parents don't have the money to send me to school. So I've tried to do one or two hustling in Yaba market, trying to make both ends meet. It was not really okay. It was not connecting. So I said, okay, you go and enroll for a skill, get something like 2 years certification program, get the skill, come back to Lagos. So I enrolled for fashion skill in the city of Aba. And I spent 2000 and 2002. Immediately, I was through with that fashion skill. I went back to Lagos.
Wow.
Now, guess what? When I got to Lagos, nobody taught me these things. But when I got back to Lagos, I was looking for a job or a business that would connect me with corporate folks. So I was making corporate wares. So I was majorly, servicing the banking sector. All right. I was the one making clothes for them. So
I can see your dressing.
Yeah. All right. I was servicing the banking industry. So I was making clothes for them. But see what happened. I was connecting with highly intelligent people, graduate, what have you, top managers and the bank, executives. So this is what happened. So while I was making those clothes for them, in a month, I will be making like 144,000 naira in profit margin.
In which year was this?
That was in the year 2002.
Wow, that's a lot
So
of
much money.
Now listen. I was making profit margin after expenses. I still have my my books and other thing, my record book. So I will check and I will be making 144, 146. I can still remember 1,000 in a month.
Wow.
My turnover in a month.
Impressive.
Now listen. So this is how the journey started. And I told myself, I said, what I was looking for in the university, I will get it in skill.
Exactly.
So I was thinking that going to school will help me to make more money. But acquiring skill, I saw it that is going to help me. So I now said to myself, even if I'm not a graduate, I'm going to build myself in skill and skillful, acquiring more skills. Then I will go back to school. But I'm not going back to school to work. I'm going back to school to enhance my knowledge prowess, but I'm going to stay in this skill. But this is how it started. So when I was trying to, narrow it down to see how I can create wealth, I was stuck somewhere.
Okay.
I was stuck somewhere. So the income was revolving around that 144, 146, 144, 146. I was getting tired. I need to scale up. So because I needed to scale up, I needed a knowledge that is higher than that skill.
Wow.
It was that knowledge that pushed me into what I am doing today. What was that knowledge? I didn't want to just get the knowledge. I want to get the knowledge and institutionalize that knowledge. And if I institutionalize, I'm going to teach other people.
Exactly.
Whether you're a graduate or you're not a graduate, I'm going to make it like a massive thing that people will come and learn. So what happened? I was looking for a man that was like a model to me, and I found one in the person of Dr. Like a mentor. Okay. But I don't need to get close to my mentor. I'm not interested in getting close to mentors. I'm only interested in getting close to your materials.
Wow.
If I want to get close to mentors, there are a lot of people that want to get close to mentors and they are not getting close to their mentors. What do you need mentor for except their words and their knowledge? So if I get your material through YouTube, if I can get your material through digital product, if I can get it through books, I'm okay. So I got a mentor then from afar, and that was in the person of Dr. Sam Adeyemi, the founder of Daystar Christian Center. So I picked up his first book, The Parable of Dollars. That was a bomb for me. And I went through that book, The Parable of Dollars. It changed everything. From The Parable of Dollars, I was able to start knowing so much books like Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, Rhoda The Secret, Charles Hanel, all kinds of books. I was Read That Poor Dad. I was getting, there is no book written by Robert Kiyosaki, Read That Poor Dad and the Quadrant Cash Flow and all the rest that I don't have. All his books.
Wow.
So what happened? I don't need them to come to me or me to go to them. I need their material. So while I was going through the material, I started drawing up courses. I was able to draw up like 12 courses. And those 12 courses informed the starting of MoneyWise Institute.
So that is the thing that led to this part that you're in now.
Yeah, that was actually what led to the part. But then it wasn't just that I want to teach. I want to prove the knowledge that I was getting. So what happened? The knowledge has given back to so many things. The knowledge has given back to school. The knowledge has given back to real estate industry. The knowledge has given back to writing industry. The knowledge has given back to consulting industry. So I have nothing less than 5 streams, and all of them are booming. And I can now tell people boldly that when it comes to wealth creation, I can take you through that part. It's predictable. It has nothing to do with your background. It has nothing to do with your foundation. It has nothing to do with luck. It has nothing to do with Yahoo, gambling, whatever. It has nothing to do with it. It has only one thing to do with there are laid down knowledge principles. Whether you're educated or you're not educated, if you follow it,
they apply those principles, you're good to go.
It will work.
So it means you have to be intentional. And you have to get the knowledge and principles to scale through.
And when it comes to this knowledge, it's not a function of course, I have another mentor, the Kuskaris, Dr. Cosmos Madika.
Okay,
I think he finished just primary 4, all right? And of course, a lot of schools has given him doctorate and what an honorary degree and stuff like that. I was in a meeting with him. We chatted, and then he told me he was in Japan. He's coming back to Lagos for, a book launch with Stephen Akintayo. I said, okay, sir, can I join you in that book launch? He said, yes. That was the reason why I didn't come here. The first time. That was the reason. So I had to fly to Lagos, and there were some things he said in that meeting that blew my mind. And some of the things he said, you see, when it comes to wealth, it is not a function of grammar.
Word.
It's not a function of phonetics.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's not a function of certificate.
Okay.
is not a function of family background. Now, this thing that I'm about to say, anybody can teach you those things without using the conventional words, these principles.
Yeah.
Okay.
This principle cut across. It cut across in Igbo culture. It cut across in Hausa culture. It cut across in religion as well, in Christian. It cut across in Muslim. That's why when it comes to wealth creation, you will see wealthy people across cultures. You see wealthy people across religion. You see wealthy people across continents. You see wealthy people across nations. All of them are using the same principles, but they may not call it the same names, but they are all the same without trying to cut corners or what have you. All right. So these principles that I mastered is what is helping me to today. I'm not scared to live in any city. I'm not scared to live in any community. I'm only scared if I don't have the knowledge.
Yes. So knowledge is like your arsenal.
There's nothing like fear around you.
At all.
Okay.
I moved into the city of Enugu with 2,000 naira,
Wow.
with 5 children.
Which year was
And
this?
my wife, 2012, 26th of April.
2000.
20th of April, rather, 2012. Only 2,000 naira. But I moved with loads of knowledge. I knew I can replicate it. I knew I can replicate it. So years down the line, car is not my problem. House is not my problem.
Wow.
Money is not my problem. I pay salaries in tons of millions. But I came into the city with 2,000 naira.
Okay.
So it's not a big deal.
You're a big motivation to the youths.
To the youths out there. It's really
Okay,
amazing.
whatever you call it, whether motivation or whatever. All right. But I'm not too comfortable using that word motivation.
Motivation.
Yeah. Someone can be motivated and he will not do anything. I inspire people. I inspire you to walk. I inspire you to act. I inspire you to take steps.
Yes.
Inspiration comes in form of you can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
Motivation can just come after a while. The whole thing
To die down.
You understand?
If the person doesn't have the fire burning in them.
Yeah, but when you are inspired, it spurs you into action. And these are some of the things that happened to me while I was in Lagos. Of course, going to Lagos changed the narrative for my life.
Okay.
Going to Lagos changed everything that I'm doing today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you going to Lagos the second time, you already have had some people you know that have made things easier for you, or you strive again to get to meet other people also?
Okay. The first time I went to Lagos, of course, I was just hustling, selling second-hand clothes. In Yaba. And I wasn't selling those second-hand clothes because I knew somebody in Yaba market. I wasn't selling it because I have there was capital. No. You tell me how much you want to sell it and I'll sell it and mark up. All right. Maybe 1,000 naira. I'll mark up 1,500. I'll take 1,500. I'll give 1,000 naira. So I was just surviving. I wasn't living.
You weren't living.
I wasn't living. I was just surviving.
That's what most people are doing right now. They're surviving, but they're not actually living.
I was just surviving. You know, what is it that it takes to survive? Water, food, enter transport,
house.
House. I was just surviving. I wasn't living. So I needed to leave. So when I get to the city of Aba, I acquired the scale. So I knew that I've equipped myself. So I came back to Lagos. No sewing machine to start up. All right. No shop to start up. But I had a scale. So what happened? I had a friend, may his soul rest in peace. His name is Uche. Okay. So I went to Uche, all right, because we are mates in secondary school. So he's already in Lagos. I went to him. I told him that I have acquired the skill on how to make clothes. Okay, can I use you as an experiment?
Okay.
I begged him. I said, can I use you as an experiment? He said, where's the machine? He said, don't bother about that. He said, okay, how much am I making shirt? I told him then 2,000 naira. He said, okay, that I should make 7 shirts. That was 14,000 naira. He paid me cash. From that money, I went to the market. I bought the materials. So I went to somebody I knew where I was squatting. And I begged him. I said, what time do you guys usually close from your shop? It was a tailoring shop. They said they closed by 6, 7. I pleaded with them. I said, can I make use of your machines in the night? Can I start working from 9 till about 4, 5 a.m.? When you guys come, I'm out.
That's determination.
That was what I did. I started working in the night and I worked in the night for more than 1 year. I was working in the night. So in the daytime, I went to market and I would cut sample swatches, put it in an album. Yes. Number is like A1, A2, A3, A4. So I'll go from office to office. I don't know anybody. I'll just introduce myself. I'm a fashion designer, this, that. And I'll present the samples. They go through it. I say, don't pay me. Don't pay me. Let me take your measurement. All right. This is the day I will deliver. When I deliver, you pay me. So I did it for like 2, 3 people. And other people were interested, colleagues. And they started referring me to other people.
Yes.
And some of them were willing to pay me. And that was how I started.
Because
and
you were reliable.
Long. Yeah, it wasn't long. Yeah, reliability was there. It wasn't long I bought my first machine. It wasn't long I bought my second machine, and I was still in that shop.
Okay.
So when I bought those machines, they created a space for me.
Oh.
Yeah, for me to stay there. And I got a worker. His name was Samuel. I trained him when I bought the second machine, and we started the business. And it wasn't long, I got my own office, and I had a lot of workers.
Wow.
They had to
That
make
was
space for you because they know you have potential.
And you have the capacity to handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was how the journey started.
Okay.
And of course, that's not what I'm doing today.
So you just scaled up at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, you've actually answered our second question, but I'll still ask so that you throw more light on it. So who and what inspired you to start this journey as being a business owner?
Okay.
What was your inspiration?
Okay, the first thing that happened to me was that I wasn't interested in paid job. I wasn't too comfortable in salary job, all right? Because I did a finding, personal finding, not that I went online or do a kind of research.
Yes.
I grew up in the city of Aba. So because I grew up in a commercial city, most of the folks that were rich in Aba were not into, they were not employees and into salary earners. They were not. They were not.
Okay.
So that informed my first decision. So when I came over to the city of Lagos, I was interested in knowing about wealthy people. Can I say this? Yeah, I can say it on air.
Okay.
My aspiration to be wealthy is not here.
Okay.
Is not here. Probably, I thank God that I'm a Christian. I'm a believer. If I'm not a believer, most likely I'll go into ritual.
Wow.
I have to say it.
Yeah.
I'm on air, right?
Yes.
Or I'll go into maybe all kinds of things.
Devious
Yes.
things.
Yeah, dubious things, maybe fraudulent art, Yahoo, or drugs, or whatever. I may likely do that if I
Human
wasn't a Christian.
trafficking.
Because of your passion to become wealthy.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
you
So
have that drive.
when I say my passion to be wealthy is indescribable, you can't describe it. If I describe it for you, it will blow your mind. Okay, I appear simple and otherwise. So I now had to transfer that passion, all right, in finding out what it takes to be wealthy. So while I was trying to find out, I realized that the pathway to this for me is entrepreneurship. The pathway for me is entrepreneurship. So because it's entrepreneurship, I started looking out for people that have traversed, that have passed through this path of entrepreneurship. I started seeing them. Most of them were not close to me. They were far off. They were far off. I don't mean to mention some of their names, but in Nigeria, in our local environment, our climate, I knew a whole lot of them. So what happened was that I started looking for those that are connected to some of them. The first person that I connected to with my spirit, soul, and blood, everything, was Dr. David Oyedepo.
Wow.
Now, he's a pastor. I was not looking at the pastoral side of him, but I was looking at, when I checked one of the richest men in Nigeria, I saw the list. All right, his name was there until I saw him as the richest. All right, at a time in the gospel anyway. All right, Dangote is the richest here and in Africa. So I didn't want to go through the route of maybe Dangote or whatever, but I wanted to go through the route of someone that I can relate with the story. So what happened? I started looking for materials written by Oyedepo to see if there's anything that has to do with autobiography, biography. I want to know your story.
Yeah.
So when I saw his background, saw his story, it was relatable. It was highly relatable. When I went through Dangote's biography, because I have Dangote's autobiography, no doubt. Sorry, biography, not autobiography. So when I was going through Dangote's biography, I was not too comfortable with that because of his background, his relations, another thing, Dan Tata, another thing. I
Came
said,
from
no,
a rich
this
background.
guy is coming from a rich background. I don't need that. I don't need
I
this
can't
rich
relate.
background. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So when I read the book by Dr. Cosmos Maduka, by one man, Emmanuel Odom or whatever, his biography. It's not Cosmos that wrote the book, but it's somebody that wrote the book with Cosmos' consent. I saw the story. So it was relatable.
Yeah.
So because it was relatable, these were the things that informed my decision. So I decided the pathway for me is entrepreneurship. So since it's entrepreneurship, I'm going to know what they know. Listen, 1 + 1 in Nigeria is 2.
Yes.
1 + 1 in America is 2. 1 + 1 in Japan is 2.
Same
See,
everywhere.
you can't change the answer once the principle is in view.
Yes.
So if I align myself with the principle that they have practiced, I'm going to end up
Like
the
that.
way they are ending up,
Yes.
or where they were. So those were the men that inspired me. People like, Aliko Dangote did a lot in my life, but of course his background, I couldn't relate with it. Okay, but Dr. David Oyedepo was the one that blew my mind.
Wow.
So I sat down, I got his first book, Understanding Financial Prosperity. I got his second book, Covenant Word. I got his third book, War Against Poverty. I got his first book, Breaking Financial Hardship.
Wow.
I got all his book. I got the other book, In Pursuit of Vision. Now, may I tell you this? There is no book written by that man that I don't have.
Wow.
There is no book written by that man that I don't have. Forget about the religious aspect.
Yes.
What I told myself is that Dangote is a Muslim. I got books from Michael Jackson, his biography rather.
Wow.
I got from Michael Jackson. I got some from music, entertainment.
Artists.
Yes, artists. I got some from the religious setting. I got some from the business setting. I got it all across. I sat down. I went through all of them. I told myself, these guys, you're all practicing the same principle. You're all practicing the same principle. So nobody should confuse me. So let me master the principle and now know the path I'm going to take. So this man informed my decision. They inspired me and they push me every day. I'm not there yet, but of course I'm greatly inspired. I've learned the principle. I can tell you for free. I've mastered the 7 principles that govern creation of world all over the world. All over the
I'd
world.
like to know those principles.
Do you mind sharing?
Oh no, I don't mind. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay.
Okay.
But of course, I'm not going to go deep into all of them, but I'll just mention it.
Okay.
And of course, as I mentioned, somebody out there can just pick interest, and then the first one is in the place of thoughts. All right, everybody, you became whatever you are because of the internal things you are thinking about.
True.
All right, nobody is a misfit, or life is giving you what you did not plan for. No, life gives you what you are thinking. You understand? Life is governed by thought. All right.
Okay.
One of the things that is governing maybe Aliko Dangote, for instance, as the richest man in Africa, is that there's something he's thinking and he's translating his thought into reality. All right. Life is governed by thought. There is no disparity about it. But then, if you have not mastered the art of thinking, you will think nonsense. You understand? So for you to master the art of thinking, there are certain materials, all right, that will help you to master the art of thinking. Like Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill is a classic to today. All right, Rhodobina, all right, The Secret is a classic to today. All right, and a whole lot of books that I may not be able to mention all of them here. Okay, so there are lots of them. So go for books that has to do with the place of thought. All right,
your mind.
Whatever that can alter your mind will alter your life. Whatever that can change your mind will automatically change your life. The problem with people when it comes to wealth is intangible. Wealth is not paper. Wealth is not money. Wealth is not cash. You understand? Wealth stands from intangible. So if you think rich, you understand, it's going to affect your mouth, which is the second place, the things you say. Life is governed. Creation takes place by what you say. All right. So the first one,
light and there was light.
Very simple. Very simple. That is a classical example. God did not have to go and do one magic. No. God mastered it in his mind. He internalized it. He started saying it. So the next thing that you're going to do all over the world, anybody that is wealthy will not be speaking poor and experiencing rich. No, there's no disparity. So it begins with thought. The second place, it finds expression through talk, the things you say. The third expression the third place where you find expression is the things you do. That's the place of action. So you don't stop in thinking, you don't stop in talking, you give expression to it. You must act. That's where work comes in. And when it came to the place of, if you get back to the place of thought, we have what we call imaginative thought. We have what we call visualization thought. All right. These are all in category. We have what we call meditative thought.
Yes.
You understand? In imaginative thought, it has to do with pictures. You think in pictures. In visualization thought, it has to do with futuristic. You think in the future.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
You understand what I'm trying to say? You picture, you see it. That is visualization.
And in that aspect, you're not supposed to, tell everyone about it, because it's not everyone that knows about that.
They will not understand you.
It's your truth.
They will not understand you. So if for any reason you want to talk and you talk to 1 or 2 people, there's a measure of disbelief. Don't mind them. You don't mind them. It's not a big deal. After all, Joseph had a dream. They wanted to kill him. It was not in the night.
They have their own limitation.
They have their own limitation. So the place of meditative thought is when you think in words. Be master vocabulary of rich people.
Whoa.
I hear you.
Master the vocabulary of rich people. Don't be conversant with there's no money here. Don't be conversant with this country don't die you.
Thank you. There was a time I was having a conversation with someone and the person said, if I see small money, I go jackpot. I'm like, no, there's more money here than there.
What are we talking about?
True.
There's more money here than there. You can be here and you make a lot of money. Even people from there.
Because I wonder why people sell their properties to go and then be salary earners again.
Let me tell you the truth. let me say this, then we'll continue what I'm saying.
Okay.
I've mentioned 3. I'll count to 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
All right. There's nothing like money. There's nothing like money. Money comes as a result of solution.
Yes.
As a result of value. If you have more value, you have more money. If you have more value, you have more money. So what happened is this. Whenever you see more problem, be ready to see more money. Nigerians have more problems.
Big problems.
Massive problem. Money does not come when there's a lot of solutions. If there's all the solutions in the world, nobody's solving any problem again. We're going to live a particular kind of lifestyle. So because we have problem here, anybody that mastered the art of solution in different sectors, whether in sports, whether it's in security, whether it's in agro sector, whether it's in fashion, in education, anywhere you find yourself, in health, everywhere, as long as you're solving the problem, you're taking the money.
Exactly.
That's how it works. So people are running away from problem.
Thank you.
So that means they are running away from money.
Money,
Yes.
yeah.
You understand? There is nothing like money is here, money is there. No. It is solution that brings in this money. So while we are moving away from Nigeria, whites are coming in here, Chinese are coming in
Chinese,
here.
yes,
Their products
investing.
are being shipped in here because they've seen that Nigerians don't even know what it takes to create wealth. What are they creating wealth? They create wealth by solution.
Exactly.
So giving value.
Some people that are very stagnant, they always want to blame the government. Yes, the government are not really trying.
They have their
But
role
if
to
you
play.
have a vision, if you know how
Yes.
to solve problems, you're going to survive. You're going to make it big here.
It's all about solution. It's all about giving out value.
Yes.
You understand? We'll get into some of the stories I will share with us, okay?
Okay.
So it's all about giving out value. So when people don't have value, they want to run away.
Yeah, someone said it's not about the location, it's about the person, not the
It's
location.
the person. A lizard in Nigeria is a lizard in America.
Yes, it can't be an alligator in
You
America.
cannot become an alligator in America. That's the honest truth. So
True.
when we are seeing those problems, people are running away from the country. No, we want to stay here. We go there, exposure, leisure, relaxation, holidays, do one or two things. We
Networking.
come back, we network, we come back.
Yes.
You understand? We get higher knowledge, higher vision, higher inspiration. We come back, we translate it here. A young man went to Dubai, and it's my senior friend, not really a young man, it's my senior friend. And he came back from Dubai. He set up an eatery, a massive, beautiful eatery, the first branch. And when he set up, right now he has more than 8 branches. So he set up that eatery in the city of Enugu. Of course, he had one in Onitsha, Abakaliki, and the likes of them. So when I got to his eatery, I was asking him, I said, sir, this place is beautiful. This place is classy. I looked at it and I said, where did you get the inspiration? He brought out his phone. He showed it to me. This man and his wife traveled to Dubai. And what happened? He replicated what he saw in Dubai. He brought it to Nigeria. And he started attracting people because of the class of that eatery. So we can go there, be inspired, bring the solution back home and take it up from there. So that's action, okay? I've talked about the place of thought. I've mentioned 3 types of thought. I've talked about the place of, words, all right?
Yeah,
Speaking, talking. I've talked about the place of work. There's creative work, there's innovative work, there's strategic work. Take note of that. There's creative work, there's innovative work, there's strategic work. The one that gives people money massively, and of course there's hard work, okay?
Yes.
Hard work is the least. Hard work is the least.
Wow.
But all across, you will work hard. But the one that gives people money in our world today is innovative work. Innovation is the oil boom
Money.
in today's world.
Yes.
Innovation.
Yes.
Just make something to look new. People will rush it.
Yeah.
You have to be an
Even if
innovative
it has been
thinker.
already existing.
Existing. Just
Yes.
tweak it a little. Tweak it a little.
So that it will look different.
Let it just
Because
look different. Let it just look different.
Yes.
All right. What is giving Burna Boy money? He's just behaving like a modernized fella.
Yes.